What about the joint you had Brandon Park?
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Sadior's Turning Pages, where we speak to the authors, the poets, and the writers before the stages. Our listeners can tune into SadiorRadio.com or listen at Live and Direct Marketplace, all one word, on the app, SadiorRadio.com. Callers can tune into 215-909-6070. So today on our show, we have our guest host, Carolyn.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
And our guest today is Dorothy Harris with her book entitled Crown. Hey, Dot.
Hey.
How you doing?
All right, yeah.
Can you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes, my name Dorothy Harris. I am a two-time author, playwright, screenplay writer, poet. I do all things writing.
Look at our cameras.
I'm not on the camera.
Oh, she's not.
on the camera.
Let's turn this around. Yeah, we gotta get her
No,
on.
I don't have to be on camera.
Yeah, we want to see you.
Now we got her. We got her, right?
Yeah.
I have y'all too.
So we together. Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody here.
Everybody here.
Everybody here.
Everybody here.
Listening.
Oh, that was it.
You was a two-time author?
Yes, I do. I deal with all things writing.
Okay.
Stage plays, TV series, movies, poetry, anything to do with writing.
What was your motivation in writing Crown? Because we see Crown is. How about you tell us about Crown? How about you tell us about Crown? Let me not tell you all about Crown. Let her tell you all about Crown.
Crown is a book that a couple of us ladies got together and wrote together. A lot of them are testimonies. Mine is called Healed and Made Whole. That's the title of my chapter, and it's just really an introduction to my life as a child, and it's just a snippet of what you will receive in my new book, A Beautiful Mess, that will be coming out in 2020.
Hey, pretty.
Nothing. We were talking about our hosting techniques. So what was your writing process? Like everybody has a different writing process. Some people write and type, and other people type or ghostwrite, or what's your process?
I am a writer. I have to write it out first.
Okay.
For it to become real to me. Anything I write, it has to be handwritten first, and then I go in and type it. But then as I'm going in and typing, then I'll make the edits. But I cannot. It don't feel real to me if I just I try, because I feel like it's gonna save trees if I start typing first versus writing it out first. But I'm old school, so I haven't transitioned to this typing yet.
Right. Okay.
I got a question. How did I'm looking at the back of this book, right? How did you ladies collaborate to come up with this?
Minister Joy Hayward is the one who did it. Her picture is next to mine. Yeah, she is the one who is in charge of oh man, Minister Joy, don't kill me. She ain't gonna kill me. Oh my God. Crown. She has a women's ministry. I cannot. It's on the tip of my tongue. Gonna come out.
Okay.
And me and my first lady in my church will go and support her. And then she knew I was a writer, and she asked me to be a part of this project.
Okay. Awesome.
Did she talk about like a theme that she wanted, and all y'all fit the parts to make it whole?
No, she just wanted us to give our stories on what made us Crown.
Okay. That's what I was about to say. Who came up with the title Crown?
She did.
She did.
Okay.
Awesome. So, for our listeners, my other co-host Kiana is in the building.
Hey,
Kiana. Can't wait to see Kiana, but Kiana is in the building.
Go over there with that. Go over there with that. They can see you now.
So, my girls joined us today because everybody already knows I've been out for a while, and I thought I wasn't going to be here today. So we're talking again to Dorothy Harris about her piece in the book called Crown. So again, our listeners can tune into SadiorRadio.com. Check us out on YouTube. Call in 215-909-6070. So we're still talking to Dorothy about the book Crown and how she played a piece in the puzzle. I don't know if we want to go into snippets or you want to tell us all about your piece. Because I know earlier we talked before we came on the radio about how each person got 7 pages.
It's
I know
about, it's
7 is
about
the book, is the number of what?
completion.
Completion, amen.
So that was
And-
intentional.
Yeah, it was intentional.
It was,
Everybody got 7 pages. And her chapter is called Healed and Whole. I think it's his name.
No, I won't say one.
And so even you could tell, like even with her chapter, you could tell like where the page stops, like where she stopped writing it, and then it kind of like went to the next page, which it looks like it could have been more writing there, but I think they made it so that everybody could have 7 pages. At the top of her chapter, it says, I had too many layers that needed healing, and only God could do that. Explain that to us. We might as well go into it.
I didn't think we was gonna go into that.
Wow,
Yeah.
right.
What did you think?
Jesus, I didn't want to talk about that. I thought y'all want to talk about the process of writing the book. And
No,
we did that already.
Here.
You answered the question.
That was like, let's
I was ready to like, you know what I mean, dip all into it. I had too many layers that needed healing, and only God could do that. I've been through a lot in my life at the age of 40. And each thing became a layer on me.
Okay.
Each hurt, each abuse, each negative and positive thing that I had been through in life, it becomes a layer on people.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is them layers build up, and then building up, sometimes we don't even know that they have built up. And I don't know where I'm trying to go with this. Cause I ain't want to spill it. I wanted to spill it. So about go ahead. All right.
You want to do what?
Nothing.
Tell them another time.
No.
This is your time. Shine.
I know, but y'all just put me on the spot like that. Y'all know I get all shy and y'all got me all on camera. But I had so many layers from, like I said, from the things I've been through that I had allowed to pile on. And although I thought I was taking care of some of the things, I really wasn't. I was just, like putting a Band-Aid over a scar. And what happened was I got married and I got divorced, and I didn't want to get divorced. And before I got married, I should have completely allowed myself to heal. Because I took that out on my husband.
Okay.
And as a human being, there's only so much a human can take, and he took all that he could take. And when I say I had so many ladies that needed healing, and only God could do that for me, he was the only one who could do that for me, because he showed me like the steps. See, a lot of people think that they gotta get to the problem, but the way you get to the problem is you gotta go to that very root.
The root of the issue.
No, but before it becomes a root, is a seed.
Yeah, the seed. Yeah.
So
Whoever planted
we try
the
to pull up
seed,
the roots, but we got to figure out what was the seed that was planted there
Mm-hmm.
that became the root. And that's what I needed God to do for me. I needed him not to just pull up the root, but I needed him to go ahead and dig up that seed and completely move it and tell me that allow me to believe I am who he says I am. So when I say I had a lot of layers, God had to fix it because I couldn't do it. I was schooled the way I was,
How long did it take you to write the book?
Oh, not long at all. It didn't take me not long at all. It don't take me a long time to write. I can write a stage play in 2 days.
You're a spontaneous writer.
I am very spontaneous.
No, writing.
That's all.
Okay. Like we can be spontaneous, but are you like, you thinking something like,
Can
I'm
you
just
do
writing
that
a story
to
about it?
Josie? Like, because we know what he could do. He could take a rhyme off the top and say,
Yeah, but you know what I
write
said?
like that?
Yes, and I told God the day
Like a
in the
freestyle
tub.
writer, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I told God the day in
Yeah.
the tub. Some of my best stuff is one time only because only he heard it.
Okay.
Only God
Really?
heard it. Yes, man.
No one else. And where would you keep it?
No, what happens is I'm laying in bed and I don't sleep at night. So my mind is going a million times at once. And I come up with the best poems, the
Wow.
best
Write it
stories.
down. Right.
No,
You're
I
not
don't.
recording it?
No.
Oh my goodness.
And this is
you
what I
can't
tell
transfer
myself.
it from here to paper. It is one time.
That's what I said. It's a one-time thing between me and him. But where he's taking me at is getting up. And I have a book next to my bed, but I be looking at that book like, as soon as I get up, I'm going to forget it anyway. So, yeah.
What if you record it? You got a smartphone. That's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
You don't have to write.
Yeah, but
And
it's
then you
something
can
when
write
it's
it
in,
down.
it's something that's in your, as a creative, when it's in your mind, and then to it being in your mind is one thing. Once you transform it from your mind to the paper, it's totally different. It's
For
totally
some.
different. For
Yeah,
some.
for
It
some.
is.
Is it
It
because
is.
you're a visual person?
I am a visual person. Yeah, a visual person. I'm so person. But yeah, in my mind is one way, and then when I put it on paper, it's totally different.
So what was the most surprising thing you learned in writing this piece?
At 40, I'm still not healed over my grandmother's and my uncle's death. My grandmom died. They both died when I was 5. I am now 40. To me, my grandmom is my most favorite person in the whole wide world. And then comes my Uncle Jimmy. And they both died when I was 5. Like, my aunt died, and then my uncle died a couple months after. My grandmom died, and then my uncle died a couple months after my grandmom. They say he died of a broken heart when he lost his mother.
So you said that you had not healed from their deaths when you wrote this piece. What does healing look like?
Healing look like being able to revisit it again, and nothing is there. No hurt, no bitter taste, no pain, no nothing. It's just a mere memory.
Right.
It doesn't affect you no more. You don't get emotional about it.
Okay, because for me, that's a piece of healing is a chapter in my book that I haven't really talked about to a lot of people yet. But going back to healing, healing, I think, starts with because so many times when we go through things and we think we need to be healed, I believe that healing starts with forgiving ourselves. Because most times we think we did something. God, why did this happen to me? You know, so for me, healing begins where I had to forgive myself for thinking that I put myself in those compromising positions, or whatever the case may be, to actually become healed. So you said that was before you actually wrote this book. So what does healing look like?
No. While I was writing this book, that's how I knew I wasn't healed from my grandmother's. Like,
Right.
I still
Right.
was mad with God.
Man with God, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so then the next piece of that is you need to repent to God. And
The whole step
So,
in there,
right. So healing and wholeness are two different things.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yes.
Because your title is heal and
Made whole.
Okay. So
I think about the leopards, the 10 leopards.
Mm-hmm.
God healed, Jesus healed 10 of them, but only one came back.
Right.
And he was restored completely. Right. Skin, everything. The other ones, they went away and they was healed, meaning that they wouldn't deteriorate no more. Mm-hmm. But the one that came back, he was made whole, meaning that, like I just said, his skin was put back in place. His ear that, just to paint a picture, if his ear had fell off, that was put back. He was made completely whole as in restoration. Like, being healed is one thing, but being whole is another. Mm-hmm. Because we could be healed and still not whole. Mm-hmm. And that's when, exactly, and that's when we gotta, I don't want to make this a Christian show, but that's when we gotta allow.
But your title speaks to
your
title speaks to, because you said the only way that you could get healed from all the layers was through God. So we're not making it a Christian show. This is what your book is speaking to, and so if that's what you believe that causes you healing, then that's what you speak to.
I know, but people be like, "Oh Lord,"
I'm not trying to make it a Christian show, but that's what your book says.
I mean, this is a Christian book. I am a Christian author, but I'm just saying, like, how people be like, "Oh Lord," you know what I mean? I don't want to. I don't know. It's all right. It's all right.
Technically, the show is about you.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. We'll come back in about 5 minutes, and we're gonna dig a little bit deeper into the book Crown. Yep, you better get it now, boo. Get it now, boo.
Oh, you do to be prepared. You can't pause the live show.
You can stop it, and then redo it again. Do part 2. In string.
Mm-hmm.
He do it in 2 parts.
Yeah. Okay. Just start it over.
Yeah, and then